The director of the park has extended a personal invitation to you and is looking forward to meeting you. Welcome to our wildlife park. So you want to focus on personal management? Naturally, I'm really pleased to hear that, as we are in the process of expanding the staff. But first I will show you our park. Tip: click follow in the command menu to automatically follow animals or people. Take the time to have a look around our park. Our landscape architects have just finished, and the enclosures are already equipped to receive animals. Well, how do you like our facilities? We've gone to great trouble to create an environment in which both the animals and the visitors to the park feel comfortable and happy. Now, we really want to make the park vibrant and teeming with life. We first need keepers, gardeners, and a vet. And of course, the animals themselves to run the park. If you click on the flashing button on the top left, you can view the files with the applications. The keepers are the most important members of staff. They replenish the feeding devices and keep the enclosures clean. Here in the applicant menu, you will find a selection of keepers I have sourced. Now select a keeper. The applicants have different salary requirements and different abilities, which you can see below. I have made sure that our keepers have already acquired the necessary skills. Click Hire and place the keeper in the bison enclosure. That is the enclosure at the entrance. When you select the keeper in the enclosure, his scope of tasks will be shown. Now you can also move the new worker around and change his position and reorganize his work tasks. Try to position him as near as possible to the feed crib in the middle of the enclosure. Well done! From here, the keeper has a wonderful overview of the enclosure and has the shortest route to clearing up the piles of droppings over the entire area. You can use 2 additional buttons on the keeper you have selected to reduce or extend his scope of tasks. Try to organize the keeper's scope of tasks so that he covers the entire enclosure. Excellent! Ideally, you want to set the scope of tasks to cover the whole enclosure so the keeper can access every corner and keep it spotlessly clean. Dirty enclosures can have a detrimental effect on the animal's hygiene and can lead to disease. I think the time has come for us to receive. Now buy all the bison and place them in the bison enclosure. Well, the ground is shaking with thundering hooves as the bison are bristling with power. The keeper will now look after these magnificent beasts. Go and take a closer look at the bison if you like. Now let's equip the giraffe enclosure. The one next to the bison enclosure with the high feeding devices that look like basketball hoops. To do this, hire another keeper and buy the giraffes available in the animal trading section. Well, look at these graceful animals and how elegantly they move. I hope the keeper gets on well with these noble creatures, and that the facilities in the enclosure are perfectly suited to the animals' needs. Please check this and buy any facilities you require. I would like to ensure that all the giraffes are satisfied. Tip: animals from warmer climates often need heat radiators to feel well and happy. Excellent! The giraffes have settled in extremely well here. I didn't think you would achieve that without my help. Do you want to stay around here a little longer, or do you want to get on with the next task? Hey, some animals that are quite unusual have just arrived. Go have a look in the animal trading section. Some pachyderms have just arrived. The enclosure is over there, where you can see the large stall. Now, try to add the elephants and another keeper to this enclosure. Whoa! We've just discovered a gap in the fence of the elephant enclosure, which we must mend immediately. Can you handle this urgently and install some fencing to patch up the hole? Oops! Whoa, that was close. Thanks so much for your help. Now, please ensure that all the elephants are satisfied. Wow, you did that the first time. You really helped us out there. Now, I'd better take a bit of a back seat. Sophia, one of my staff, will look after you from now on. She's waiting for you by one of the restaurants over there.
Hello, I'm Sophia, the park director's right-hand person. You've clearly demonstrated your commitment. We don't see that very often, and we're really delighted. We'll have a bit of a change now. I want to show you something. Have a look in the small enclosure by the restaurant where we're keeping Alex, a young lion cub. Have you found him yet? Unfortunately, Alex has been having a bad time and is totally exhausted. The International Organization for Animal Protection, 社区保护centre SBC, brought him to us. He was seized at the airport when some illegal animal traders were trying to smuggle him in. By the way, 社区保护centre means savior of the world in our language. This lion cub also seems to be sick. We should call a vet to treat him. Please have a look at the applicants. There must be one among them who will want to hire. Please select the vet quickly. Good! The vet has arrived. Let's see if he can make the lion better. Tip: you can issue orders direct to your staff by clicking on an item and then clicking the relevant button in the command menu. Wonderful! The vet seems to have found some medicine to treat the lion. We must now do everything we can to restore Alex to full health. Please equip his pen accordingly. You will find some toys in the enclosure equipment section. Good work! Alex seems to have everything he needs for now. But I think we should quickly turn our attention to more gardeners. Otherwise, all the plants in the park will dry up. Please have a look at the list of applicants. As we have plants all over the park, we must hire more gardeners. That's a job you can do and immediately issue tasks to them to ensure the entire park is covered. Tip: don't forget to look after the park grounds. You'll see an icon above the plants if they have not yet been tended, and these should gradually disappear until all the plants are satisfied. Tip: you have an overview of all the plants in the plant list. Call up the list using the button on the top right. Fantastic! All the plants in the park are looking splendid, and my boss will be delighted. Many plants also produce leaves or fruits that are even suitable as food for certain animals. This has its pros and cons, but it could save us money in feed costs. On the other hand, we don't want the visitors in the park just to see half-eaten fruit and vegetation, so we must make sure we protect the plants from being consumed by the animals. So we can either place them outside the enclosure or use extra fencing to separate them. But the gardeners need constant access to all the plants to look after them. Oh dear, I don't want to overburden you. Look, the park director is back. He'll surely want to have a word with you.
I must say, I'm astounded at how you've got to grips with everything. You have now learned a vast amount about personal management in wildlife parks. I hope this helps you with your college work, and I wish you every success.